One Sunday afternoon this winter, I was walking Baxter at Wolf's Neck Farm in Freeport and bumped into Alden Blease, who is the founder, creator, and maker of R.e.d.d Superfood Energy Bar. Alden, thanks for joining us. When I met you in Freeport, I had no idea who you were, but you had a bar in your pocket. You let me try it, and I was so impressed. It was so good. Congratulations on your success and your recent launch. Tell me a little bit about what's going on and what this is all about.
Yeah, thanks, Erin. So, I mean, it all started back when I was in college. I had spent about a year in the fashion industry, and I just became a little bit, sick of it, and I was ready to come back to Maine because I love Maine. So, I was a starving college student at University of Maine-Orono, and I actually ran out of meal funds. And so, to survive, I went to a local health food store called the Natural Living Center, and I filled a bag full of inexpensive bulk ingredients and superfoods, and I survived off of it.
And it tasted good.
It actually tasted pretty good, and it actually started to taste better when I went back and revised iteratively. My friends kind of took notice that I had this basketball-sized bag of dough in my dorm room, and they were like, "What the heck is that?" So gave them samples, and then they started buying, these batches off of me. So I was eating food. I was onto something, and I was surviving, and I was, making a little bit of money so I could buy food other than, dough in a bag, which was great. And so I decided I'd commercialize the idea. And my friends thought the name that I came up with was funny, and so I called it Rawgasms. And, it worked out all right. I sold into like 12 stores, and beyond that, really couldn't get much traction because of the name.
Right.
So
you went through a rebrand. Tell me what R.e.d. stands for.
Well, it stands for Research, Enhanced Design, and Development. So, it sounds fancy, but basically, research is, one of the most honest forms of democracy. So we are creating a product that is really just, optimized for daily life. And
you have 3 flavors. I tried the chocolate one. I had no idea. So there's oatmeal and peanut butter. Tell me about the process in which you came up with the ingredients. You said something about food scientists helping you out.
Yeah. So it's it's been 5 years since I've been doing this, and it's iteratively evolved. It started with a very simple product, but I test these ingredients on myself during my lifestyle, and I created a product that is uncompromised. So there's so many other products on the market, and I was having to combine multiple products. I was getting energy shots, I was getting protein bars, and I was getting multivitamins. So I decided to put those 3 products into one so that I could go, all day being an entrepreneur with, just bars, basically.
A busy life,
yeah,
but eating healthy.
Exactly. It's, just being uncompromised. And so it's like a bridge between meals. And
what's the difference between your bars and something else I would see at Whole Foods or Hannaford?
Yeah, so, for one, they actually have caffeine from yerba mate. And yerba mate is a tea from South America that contains theobromine and caffeine, as well as, antioxidants. So it's fantastic. But, beyond that, we have 10 grams of protein, 11 superfoods, 23 vitamins and minerals. We're also, free from soy products. We're also free from GMOs.
Gluten-free?
Completely gluten-free. We're actually certified gluten-free.
That's great.
Yeah, we don't have any brown rice, no brown rice syrup. So we're basically all killer, no filler.
You're distributing all over the country, but also in Maine. To give a shout out to the folks who've already picked you up and believed in you.
Right, so we've got Omi's Coffee Shop. We also have Coffee by Design. We have Morning Glory in Brunswick. And we have Farm Truck Juice in Portland.
Growing every day.
Yeah, and Pine State Trading Company, which will augment our effort.
And personally, I want to ask you about just being an entrepreneur in Maine. There are so many passionate people here who are creating things. What does it take to make this happen?
It takes, tenacity. It's a long journey, or it has been for me at the very least. You have to be willing to make mistakes, but then learn from those mistakes. There's so many opportunities to actually give up and just, drop out of the idea. So you've got to be willing to basically go without money if you really believe in your idea. Living on nothing.
And this is proof. How can people get more information?
Well, they can go to our website. It's www.reddbar.com. and that's probably the best way.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you so much, Erin.
Well, we're gonna meet another entrepreneur, Casey Prentice, who is going to bring us to Chevigue Island, and we get a tour of that, which has been a beautiful ride. You've obviously been out that way, I'm assuming.
It's gorgeous out there.
Well, enjoy, take a look.